Peak watch, right?
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for the signing. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So, welcome to everybody here, my Cowboys family again, giving us some of your Saturday night. And we're going to talk Cowboys football. This team is now created. The 53 players are on this team. And, you know, as of this moment, Ezekiel Elliott is in Dallas. And there's some things going on there. So we're going to discuss that. I got to say, first and foremost, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We're gonna shout. Fiance is gonna give the always. We always do the daily shout outs. We got 55 people in here already. So hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell, like Fiance said. Follow us on Twitter. We also have the Discord. Again, there's so much information in there as well that we all discuss within each other and debate or just kind of kind of check in with each other. So check that out too for Cowboy Nation. That's a great thing. Now listen, is Ezekiel Elliott on this team? No, not yet. Is he ready to sign? Yes, he is ready to sign. Now you're going to say, well, hey, MCF.
That doesn't mean he's ready to sign the contract that's been put out there now, so that's the point.
We don't know. Well, again, the thing is, I don't know which contract, but he is ready to sign. And again, not that he's going to do it like this moment here, and we're going to see it, but it could come out any second. And they're working on the deal right now. And it's really important to note that, you know, these things, as when Jerry Jones talked about this and wanted the face-to-face meeting, right? He said this a couple nights ago. We heard this last night on our stream. And then you heard Stephen Jones say that when things get to that point, like when it gets close, things kind of steamroll from there. Once you get to that close point and you meet face-to-face, things steamroll. Well, they've spoken. I don't know about face-to-face, but they've spoken. They've communicated. We know this from the Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones side. We know it we're hearing it now from Zeke's side. And a lot of sources, we talked about it earlier this afternoon, you know, whether it be Adam Scheffler, Jane Slater, ESPN, NFL Network, doesn't matter. They all corroborate the news that by Monday, Ezekiel Elliott will be on this team officially. He'll be at the facility. They're expecting him at the facility on Monday. Possibly, I'm saying this if he signs. Obviously, if any huge derailments occur or anybody says "F you" at the meeting or something like that.
Jesse R said, Jerry Jones said, Zeke Elliott is going to sign.
He was probably celebrating that yesterday, I think, a little bit, right?
Oh, no. Look, the biggest news, guys, is number one. We do have at least some vague confirmation that Zeke at least seems to be back in the Dallas area.
And actually, that's leading me right now because I have it right here. It's Mike Leslie. That's the source. So I'm not just saying one of my sources. I've seen it from my buddy. This is Mike Leslie, who, again, we've actually got a lot of good stuff from him. I think he's a lawyer. But he does put out a lot of good. We got a lot of Zeke information from him. And he said this. Just landing back in the States, and I'm told by my source that, quote, it's close. And this is just a couple hours ago. And he said it's close in the negotiations between Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys organization. So much so, this is so close right now, he's saying. This is a quote. So much so that this source close to Zeke, says there is hope he'll be in the facility on Monday. And that's from Zeke's side, not Jerry Jones blowing the smoke up our asses and that kind of stuff. This is coming from Ezekiel Elliott's camp. Hey, listen, it's close. And again, like Stephen Jones said, we went back last week, we talked about it. When it was, Stephen Jones said, when it gets close, things kind of steamroll and get done. Jerry Jones wanted to meet him. Zeke's been in Dallas probably for 2 days. That's what I'm hearing. So everything is going in that right direction. And I assumed, like, man, Tuesday was the deadline for me. In my mind, he's got to be back Tuesday for the real first day of practice for getting ready for the Giants. And, of course, the installation, some other stuff is talked about on Monday. But the fact that he'll be there, the probability of him being there at the facility to learn and kind of pick up whatever he's kind of been missing. And, again, they have meetings, they have that kind of stuff. Zeke hopefully will be there on Monday at the latest. There's a good chance he might be back tomorrow. I mean, tonight it could be a signing. Now, you said something about the timing of this, and that's controlled still by Jerry Jones, and he likes to get the most out of it. What was your? You made a great point.
Even if it gets done, or if it got done today or later today or tonight, like Jerry Jones absolutely would never, ever not take advantage of releasing this news, in prime time viewing hours. Like, this isn't going to trickle out in the middle of the night, like someone stealing your TV. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to happen. Like, he's going to have the biggest obviously the biggest thing is if he calls some kind of press conference or something,
it's humming.
Well, yeah, we'll be confirmed before then, which is why I think that I'm assuming if it happens this weekend, they'll probably announce it Monday, and I assume we'll know before that announcement officially happens. That's my expectation. Whether it's Sunday or sometime Monday before the official announcement of the press conference or whatever it is made, I feel like we will know the news. And then obviously, just like with Jalen Smith, the official press conference will happen where we really will find out a lot more of the particulars and really get to hear Jerry and Zeke both speak on this.
Hopefully we'll, yeah. I mean, that's something that eventually we will hear from both sides, whether it's together or not.
No, again, honestly.
But like you said, he wants to push it, pump it up. I mean, this is Jerry Jones' world, right?
The biggest thing to me is the fact that, one, Zeke is physically back here. Because like I said, he was supposed to be back Saturday. We never heard anything past that.
Saturday.
He didn't show up Monday for the charity event he was supposed to show up to. So I was just kind of questioning what's going on. So one, at least I'm happy that he's physically back here because as you can see from this talks, him physically being in the same location as Jerry Jones and the front office and all these people puts him in a much better spot to communicate. Whatever's going on, it seems like it is positive. And we spoke about this in our earlier stream, and it's kind of the last thing I want to say on the Zeke thing. Everyone wins here, guys. We are the winners. Forget about Jerry Jones and forget about Ezekiel Elliott. We are the winners, us as fans, us Cowboy Nation.
Why do you say that, though?
Because, yes, of course, Zeke gets his money. Yay, good for him. Yes, Jerry Jones and / the Cowboys Dallas front office gets to sign Zeke for less than what we would have signed him next year. I mean, put those things together, and the fact is, one, we have Zeke back now. No more BS of not having him. I mean, the winners are us. If we get a Super Bowl,
we got him back
or
now,
we
let's
make
make sure
a Super Bowl run,
he's not signed yet.
Exactly, he's not signed yet. What I'm saying is that
when he does.
Zeke comes back, the point is the real winner is us because we're the ones who really, they're going to go out, get the Super Bowl ring, et cetera, et cetera.
Well,
the point is that, yes,
we're the ones enjoying our team full blast. But here's the thing. Here's the thing is that with Zeke now,
that's
right?
My thoughts.
Zeke started this thing this year. Like next year, I think Stephen Jones would have given him 14.6 per year average, make him the number one guy over Gurley, whatever. And I think that that's what would have happened in 2020 offseason. And I truly think that the Cowboys are ready to make the move for him. When you look at Tony Pollard in the house and, getting the draft in there and you see what the usage that we can get from him, taking some pressure off of Zeke and vice versa, too. It's going to help Pollard get more open with Zeke in there. So, and almost unwatched, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to watch 8 other guys. How are you going to remember to get Tony Pollard, right? So, the way I see this is that Zeke, right now, he wanted to get the money paid this year, 2 years early, right? But that helps the Cowboys overall in the sense of not having to pay him, having an excuse to say, listen, it's 2 years left, so we're going to pull it back a little bit, and we're going to say, listen, we're going to give you close. Well, hey, what was the first deals? It was under Le'Veon Bell money. That was the initial deal, was like at or below Le'Veon Bell. And then you heard the next offer was, above Le'Veon Bell. But how much above was it? And then was there another offer then? We think it was really close to tapping like the bottom of Gurley's contract. So you see how far he went. This year, the Cowboys were not going to pay Zeke Le'Veon Bell money, basically. They wanted to wait next year to give him the Todd Gurley money. So this year, Cowboys save money for next year, right? At the same time, Zeke got more for this year than he would have gotten at the beginning of this holdout. So both sides won in their little game of chess. In the end, Zeke knows that he had less leverage. If we win a game, he gets less leverage. We win week 2, he loses leverage. And Dan Holland
with
got the leverage.
Let's pay Zeke in tacos.
Woo!
Yes.
Hey, feed Zeke. He's going to be eating a lot in that field.
Thank you,
I'm telling
Dan Holland.
you guys. Thank you, Dan Holland. Much love.
I know that video we saw of him eating is always him eating cereal. So I always just picture him eating a lot of cereal.
Again, guys, it's not official yet, and he's going to be he's in Dallas. It's close. Everything is pointing to it. He's been in Dallas for a couple of days at least. It's close. The deal, a close source to Zeke says it's close. A close source to Zeke says that he's probably gonna. Don't be surprised. The hope is that he's gonna be at the facility on Monday.
Stephanie, that's funny. She said Zeke is waiting for Jerry to take the 10 p.m. nightly curfew out of his contract.
That might be the last thing hanging on, right?
Daddy, please make my curfew 12.
Listen, whatever it takes, it's going to get done. That's the thing here. That's the key. So now we're going to have our whole team get the kick in the ass that we need for this offense, for this team, whatever. If you need it anymore, you got everything you need right now with Zeke back in place in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably break it. Probably Monday at the latest. Yes. I could see this thing going on Monday. Again, what if it doesn't? Then we start worrying.
Catch you later, Charles.
Charles, thank you, brother. If it goes to Tuesday, let's say, we haven't heard anything, that's when I would start worrying. A little more. Now, we still got time, obviously, but that's when I think, okay, he might miss this Giants game. Yes. But, hey, I'm not thinking about right now.
Exactly.
Even from Zeke's camp, it's going to be done by Monday.
I mean, the biggest question mark is more what's going to happen week 1, just because of the fact that the timing of his contract will have a lot to do with whether or not he'll be quote unquote available for then, or if the Cowboys will want to rush him back. Again, like I said, we obviously all expect him to be there. I don't see why he wouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is a small possibility. We do have to kind of leave that open. Well, I just highly doubt
I think we'll wait on that because
Zeke will not be there week 1.
The first thing we have to see is the details of the deal, right? Once it gets signed, sealed, and delivered, and done, that means when we get the guarantees, when we get the length of contract, when we get the overall value, when you get the per year values, whatever, when you add it all up, and you see where he's number 2 in the running back spots and where he's number 1 when he gets to getting paid, because I think he'll have a couple number 1 spots on that on the top list, so whatever. But once you get to that point, I do think that you're going to see everybody forget all the hate that they had about Zeke or about the ownership, whatever, and now we're back together. And when we see the details of that deal, and then we move on to see the details of what's going to be the plan for this week for the Cowboys. Honestly, that's good. Like you said, that's going to be interesting. But he will play. Voodoo Alpha in the house. Much love, brother.
Alpha with a $2 holla. Hello, Zeke. Goodbye, X Woods and M Collins next year. I disagree.
Yeah, you're wrong about that one, Voodoo, but nice try. He's messing around because, hey, number 1, Xavier Woods.
Thank you, Voodoo Alpha.
Yes. Xavier Woods under contract, so he ain't going anywhere. So I think he means Antoine Woods, what he means. Right
Boys
there,
for
Voodoo?
Life, what's up?
Voodoo, you mean Antoine Woods, right?
Yes.
I know not X-Man, number 25, our safety. I know you're not saying he's gone, but Malik Collins, he might have a great year, but he'll be costly to keep, I think, and we'll have to wait and see. Let me see how Voodoo Alpha is doing on this board here. And again, so, kind of we're going to this next segment, I guess. We're kind of done with the Zeke thing for a second here, but it all signs point to good here. Hopefully his conditioning is there. We'll know more during the week of practice if he does get this, when he gets assigned, when he's in camp, and how conditioned he is. It'll be interesting to see how they handle him throughout this week. But I do think no matter what, he gets on that field, and as a decoy, at the very least, he's out there. He'll get maybe 5 carries. He'll get a catch. He'll be in there for a lot of run block. I think you're going to see Pollard and Zeke in there, but I think you might see maybe a less workload for him, but might see a lot of snaps, but just not as many touches for Zeke week 1. Either way, just him being on that field, the Giants are right now like this, shitting their pants, because they got to figure out how they're going to stop Zeke and Pollard and Amari Cooper and Jason Witten and Gallup and Cobb and on and on and on, including Dak Prescott in our front 5. I mean, you really can't stop our offense. Just think about that. And then you got our defense. Woo! Another whole season under their belt. And look at this team, guys, from top to bottom. Look at the bottom of that list right there. The 53 guys on this team. I know we cut Daniel Wise. I know we cut Cedric Wilson. Trust me, that was my guy. But I gotta trust in this front office. I gotta trust in them for this, at least for this upcoming season, and say, they're going to, they know what they're doing. Because we got so much depth, we got so much talent. We're gonna get back Cedric Wilson. We'll hopefully get back Daniel Wise. Going to get back Jordan Chun. We're going to hopefully get back Justin Phillips. These guys back on the practice squad is why the Cowboys made the strategic cuts, but they're keeping them on the team. And we'll see what happens, because I'm hearing a lot of these guys are kind of almost set already, because it looks like all the teams kind of looked at the waivers right now, and they all passed on Cedric Wilson. They all passed on Daniel Wise. And it sounds like the Cowboys already kind of locked in 5 or 6 of their spots. We'll talk about that as well. Let me put up Voodoo Alpha up on this board and pop him up here. I know he just jumped over our man Beetlejuice, so much love to Voodoo Alpha.
And of course, we have Fifth Quarter Cowboys in the chat, guys. Go sub it up to him.
Get him to 1,000.
Go sub it up to the whole roundtable crew. Links are down below. Let's see.
We'll do that roundtable Monday. Get ready.
Said, I hope Daniel Wise gets on the practice squad.
Listen, the Cowboys already, it's been said a million times by some front office people, like the sources out of the front office. But here's the deal. It's done, guys. If Daniel Wise does not get picked up out there, right? He gets to be he's on the practice squad, guaranteed. So same thing with Cedric Wilson, same thing with Jordan Chun. I'm pretty sure these guys are on the practice squad, and it's a done deal for them.
Yes.
So
and Skeptical Fan with a $2 holla.
Ooh, thank you, brother.
With a very important question.
Let's hear it.
Pollard changed his number. So we do have some player number changes. Not just Pollard, a few other players changed their number. We're going to discuss that. But Stephanie Smigel has a special request.
Yeah.
MCF, can you do one last woohoo in honor of Michael Jackson's departure?
You mean a hee-hee?
Just...
Listen, Michael Jackson. Hey, Voodoo Alpha again dropping the $2.
Voodoo Alpha with the $2 holla, poking the hornet's nest.
Much love, brother. Voodoo Alpha in the house. MCF,
Cut everyone.
Computer Tech. What was that? Cut everyone, right?
Yes.
Mr. Kevo in the house. I see you, Cowboys
Yes.
Abroad right there. Sub up to him. All these guys, great stuff. 94 We're Skeptical Fan dropping the love here too. Pollard changing his number. There it is.
And yes, no, Dak Ninja, I'm sorry. I've been so busy. I know, and after today, I know my whole fantasy team is just screwed. So
we got a lot of guys who got to make up for that.
It's okay. Well, we'll talk fantasy probably tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. By the way, pay Dak, which we got to do as well,
Yes.
and that is Cowboys Abroad. He's down to Des Bryant. Drew Pearson. Wait, who? The playmaker. Michael Irvin. He's got 88 points. You can drop a Blake Jarwin. You take the stream boss. So here's the jersey updates. I'm wearing one right now, which is 2-1. Tony Pollard was number 36. Hopefully nobody bought the jerseys yet. You always wait for the training camp to be over to buy any jersey. That's my rule. But he's not number 36 anymore. He is number 20. 2-0. Georgie Loca was 20. He was cut yesterday. The number opened up. Pollard took it. That was I think it's his college number there. I'm not 100% sure if that was his college number in Memphis, but either way, Tony Pollard, number 20. It might take a minute to get used to that, right? I guess you're going to get Emmitt Smith in those days at 22 and Barry Sanders was at 20, right?
Honestly, it's not that bad because, again, think of it this way. Zeke's obviously 21. Pollard's going to be 20. And I wonder if there isn't a little bit of significance as that, in that, and it's and what's Olawale's number? He's
49.
49.
Yeah,
that's a typical fullback number.
You see 21 and 20 on the field, you're going to start getting nervous.
What I'm trying to say exactly, I'm just saying something about that gives you some good juju. I don't know. I like it. Anyway.
Hey, listen, double dose.
Back to this.
The double dose is just 2 in doubles, right? So that's what I'm looking at right here. Deuce. That was our guy there, Emmitt Smith. So we'll see with these twos. It's a significant. We got 22, right? That's never going to given away ever again, Emmitt Smith. But you got 21 and you got 20, 21, 22. What do you think? I don't know. So another change. Okay, Alfred Morris. He was number 23. And as you know, as you look down there, you see as a defensive back, we're going on them now. Darian Thompson made the team as the backup free safety to Xavier Woods. A little bit of a surprise. I do not think he played that great. I think he missed a lot of coverage. But he's a special teams guy. I guess he plays a little special teams and pure free safety. Anyways, he's number 23 as well. So Alfred Morris now moving into the season, now numbers open up. He would take over. I would figure he was going to take over 46, which is Chun's number, right? He was cut. No, he took number 32. So Alfred Morris is number 32. So we got to kind of get used to that, right? Alfred Morris is number 32, and then Donovan Wilson, who was wearing number 37, he made the team.
Yeah.
He's now number 26.
There you
It
go.
used to be Darius Jackson, right? Now flip it over to the defense. 26 is now Donovan Wilson. And we're going to see how that goes. Because, I want to see this number be special. I want to see 20. Here's another significance.
I know.
John Jones.
Ooh, John Jones with a $2 holla.
There's a significance
Thank
right
you,
there.
John. Appreciate the love.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you always. John Jones
yeah,
up on the
sorry
board.
to hear that Cowboys Abroad.
What happened?
He said, I quit dreaming of fantasy when I discovered Scrub Jimmy G is my
Ooh,
QB.
ow, that hurts. Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's pain. That's almost as bad as Eli Manning last time.
Oh, man. So, let
Anyway,
me...
yes, guys. So thank you again, John. Appreciate the love.
Actually, I did have a comment there that was kind of interesting there about the numbers there, because think about it. You just talked about 2021, the significance with Zeke and Tony Pollard. But what about safeties? Future safety combo, 25 Xavier Woods and 26 Donovan Wilson.
I'm telling you, it's something about it. When you have the choice to pick whatever you want, it makes me think that it is an intentional choice.
Sorry,
or it's
Caballero.
something to do with that player.
Some of you guys are going to be like, Heath, not. But no, the Heath will be. I still want to sign Heath as a backup. I would love to see Donovan Wilson kind of take over that spot, at strong safety.
I know. He has to stay healthy, though.
Oh, yeah, he does. And he's going to miss a couple games. We talked about that. Stephen Jones said it yesterday. By the way, we got 100 people in here. Hit that like button right now.
Fan, we got you.
Yeah, we got you, Skip.
Those are coming soon.
Which one, what?
New shirts.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get that going, man. Don't worry, man. We got you. But yeah, guys, we got over 100 people. We had 100 people here. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell. If you haven't done these things, do them right now, right here, right now. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter and in Discord. So some live chat, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 with not just us. At times we jump in there, of course, but you guys here in the chat, also in there. All times. There doesn't have to be a stream going on in the YouTube world. We don't have to be live. We can talk in there. So make sure you go in Discord and sign up. It's free. It's fun. It's Cowboy football, 24/7, 365. So anyways, those are the number changes. Let's see if I remember this. Tony Pollard went from 36 to 20.
Yep.
We got Alfred Morris, running back, going from 23 to 32. So flip the numbers. So and then you got Donovan Wilson. Strong safety, went from 37, got to erase that from my mind, he's 26. So subtract 11. I don't know, whatever.
There you go.
But 26, who's next to 25, right? 25, 26, that's our safeties. We got Heath right now, but I'm just saying in the future, the 25, 26 combo, and you got the running backs, 20, 21. I mean, hey, I like this, and I like what you're saying. I got 100+ in here. Much love, man. We got 100+ in here. It's a hot night. But hey, we talked about Zeke and the fact that we do believe that it's tonight, tomorrow, or Monday. It won't be any later than Monday when we hear the Zeke contract done. His people from Zeke's sources are saying it's close. That's a quote from a source from his side. Again, we talked about who said that, but it's Mike Leslie said this. A source from him said that it's close in negotiations with Zeke, and that someone from Ezekiel Elliott's camp said that it's so close that there's hope that Zeke will be at the facility on Monday.
Again, that means that he would have to be signed on Sunday.
I mean,
and not just signed,
or
but
Monday morning.
Again,
open up the day.
If the deal
week,
really is moving this fast, and I'm not saying this is what's actually happening, let me make this clear. I'm saying that it is possible, let's say that it actually got done today or throughout these last few days, and that tomorrow we're going to see the announcement. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tomorrow it's going to be announced, it's going to be whatever. Monday he's back at the facility, and we'll probably see the official press conference, probably similar to Jalen Smith. I guess they might hold off till Tuesday if the official press conference on it, but I imagine the official news of him signing and being able to come back will happen on Monday. We spoke about this in today's earlier stream, but the interesting thing is the Cowboys will be able to carry 54 players throughout the week only for practice.
Up until Saturday, basically.
Up until Saturday. So,
That's the exemption. It's the roster exemption we're allowed because a guy who was on our
that's what it's called.
Yeah, he's on our suspension. Oh, not suspension. He was on our inactive, didn't show up, holdout, whatever. And now you get a week, or you get up until game day
to decide who is going to get cut.
Right. Who's going to have the exemption there, I guess. We know Zeke will have that will give us a spot on the team, but you won't see any cuts right now until we get towards the end of the week, I believe. Of course, here's another idea, guys, because again, we have two guys that are moving off of this list. They're going short-term IR, and that's Connor McGovern, our third-round pick with the pectoral. He's going 8 weeks over there, and he's going to we're going to decide on him in the next couple. After that, by week 11 or 12, we probably got to decide, is he coming back? And we have to move somebody off the team, or is he going to stay on IR the rest of the year? I believe he'll probably stay on IR the rest of the year, unless there's a need for him to come back. He should be ready to go by then, though. And then you look at the other guy that's on this 53-man roster who's going to be off this list tomorrow, and that's going to be, what's his name, Luke Gifford, right? He's number 57 linebacker who's made the team, but he's moving off as well, 8 weeks on that short-term IR tomorrow. So both those guys are moving off. We got 53, take 2 off.
Yeah.
We got 51 now, right? So one of those guys might just be Zeke, right? You just throw Zeke in there and you're done, right?
Exactly. So Tornado Man, like I just said, so we will be carrying 54 players throughout the week.
We have the ability to.
We have the ability to because of the roster exemption. So Zeke will come back.
This happens after, right? This is after Zeke signs, right?
Yeah. So that
he
means
don't
that we
sign,
can carry
only get 53.
54 throughout the week during practice, just as we figure out who's the person that's going to lose their spot. Because Zeke is taking a spot. So as long as
it's not just
by Saturday, a certain time, we have to have 53. But during the week, for that week only, because of that roster exemption, we can carry 54.
And it's not just any player; it's players that hold out.
Exactly.
You got Melvin Gordon with Chargers.
Specific situation.
Same situation with him. He's off the list, but he would if he came back, let's say week 3, and he came back to the Chargers, to the LA Chargers. If that happened, then they would have that week of an exemption, roster exemption. And then they have to decide by Saturday, let's say, before the game or Sunday, who they probably let go for the Melvin Gordon. So same situation for Zeke, just happening week 1, right? So that's where we're at right now.
And very, very happy birthday, Daniel Mesa.
Happy birthday, our man Daniel.
Happy birthday, man.
Guys, we are going, 120 you in here. We are going to Dallas. MCF is going to Dallas for week 1. Hey, next week at this time, I don't know where we'll be chilling right now in downtown Dallas, or I don't know what we'll be doing, but we will see the experience already. And then we're getting ready for the big day, which is a week from tomorrow, week 1, Giants, Cowboys. We're going to see this man here on the field.
It still doesn't feel like it's almost here.
It does for me. I'm excited. My heart's pounding.
The good news is, for those of you guys who are concerned, yes, we are perfectly safe and fine from the hurricane.
Yes, thank you guys. Yes,
all
we appreciate
good. We are hunkering down, but number one is, yes, it doesn't look like the hurricane should affect our trip to Dallas in any way.
Yes.
It's
going to pass us and skirt by us. It actually was going to hit directly, and then it skirt by. Now it's supposed to. things change. But hey, we'll stay safe. Thank you guys. We appreciate the thoughts and everything. So we appreciate it.
Flat Matrix with the $5 holla.
Much love.
Thank you so much, man. He said, new sub here. Saw you on Cowboy Fan 1980 last week. Thank you, man. Of course.
Wow. Much
Dallas
love to
Cowboy
them
Fan
as well.
1980 with the power.
Yes.
Go subscribe to him
the power
if you haven't
of
already.
1980.
Go
But
subscribe to the
Flat
whole
Matrix.
Roundtable crew.
Thank
Dallas
you.
Cowboy Football News and DJ Crown J, 5th Quarter Cowboys.
Yes, but Dave, Flat Matrix, we appreciate you. We thank you for the support for the channel. Everything helps. And again, half of the reasons why we upgraded our computer, the whole reason we upgraded our computer, went to Dallas. This will be our 3rd trip. It's because of this channel, because of you guys, and again, and all the other things, whether it's lighting, whether it's microphones, whether it's cameras, whatever it is, we keep upgrading things. Our background here. I mean, you guys really made this a full-time thing, and we like it. It's fun, and so thank you guys. So we appreciate every single one of you guys, and we just try to bring our passionate cowboy love right here, and don't get any ideas the other teams' fans.
Bring down the cowboy volume.
I'm ready for the game. Let's go.
I know someone asked if you were on coke earlier.
I'm not.
I love it.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry.
I know that's funny.
And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like nope. This is
my normal
all
cowboy.
Natural.
I'm on Cowboys. That's what I am right now. That's what I'm on. That's the only thing I'm on. And fiance can vouch for that.
I know, that's the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm crazy.
Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, guys, lots of fun here. But real quick, Daniel Mesa, just curious. So you say your birthday is today. Like, you mean today is in August 31st or today is in September 1st?
Yeah, you just
so
turned turned over there for you guys.
So, because technically right now it's still yesterday. Technically now today is.
Yeah, it's like a minute away.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Today's today, but it's midnight here.
We're in the Matrix right now.
It's one of those weird moments.
So we'll go back to Zeke a little bit here, and I'm gonna let you guys. We're gonna talk more about this. But hey, some notable.
Kenny, I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious. Don't even feel bad. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it. Kenny's the one that asked if you're uncle.
It's all good, man.
High on life. I know. It was great. So, Daniel,
I'm my Cowboys.
That's funny. That's actually my dad's birthday. So there you go. So very, very extra happy birthday to you, Daniel Mesa.
So listen, our notable roster cuts from today, and we went over them earlier. I'm not gonna go through the whole list again. You see who made the team right there down below. We're gonna have 2 open spots tomorrow. I believe that Justin Phillips could be one of those guys who take over for Luke Gifford. And when we move him off, and I believe, we move the other guy. He's going to be a lineman. We already got an extra lineman. I think we're set there, an offensive lineman. So I don't think we're going to go and grab another offensive lineman. I think we're going to go out there and, could it be Cedric Wilson? Could he be the guy we take back? I mean, he sounds like he's going to be practice squad. So the notable cuts: Cedric Wilson, receiver; Daniel Wise, the guy that we have 11 defensive linemen or 10 defensive linemen. So the probability of him getting, getting picked up on this one here as a 53 on our team is probably minimal. But I'm thinking that he's a practice squad guy, and that's what we want him on our practice squad, because it'll give us a chance as we see things go throughout the year and who gets maybe off of suspension, maybe other injuries occur. We got him in the practice squad ready to come out here and keep developing and going forward. So Daniel Wise, he was cut today. Chris Covington, number 59, our linebacker. Now, Christian Covington, 95, so 59, is Chris Covington, a rookie from last year, 6th round. Barely made the team last year. Did not make the team this year, as we kind of thought. Christian Covington, number 95, we got from the Houston Texans. He did make the team here as a backup, kind of rotational defensive tackle, one tech that's going to play behind Antoine Wood. So Michael Jackson, that's right, I said it, guys. He was cut. He just didn't. He had one hugely bad game, and then he didn't really play anymore. He was injured. But, a big but on this one, he will be on this practice squad. And the Cowboys want to continue to develop him. Now, Donovan Olumba, very notable. All right. Again, Michael Jackson was, a 5th round pick. Donovan Olumba been hanging on, but now he got cut once again. He will be brought back to this team. He had the pick. He's been improving. Still not there though. And I have some issues with his coverage skills. But he has a nose for the ball to be always aware and around it. So that's a good thing about him. Again, developing guy. We talked about Daniel Wise developing. Cedric Wilson, injury prone, still young, right? They didn't play a year. They didn't play a game yet in the NFL starting game, like a regular season game. He was rookie last year, out the whole year, kind of like what Connor McGovern's going to have this year. That was Cedric Wilson last year. This year, he couldn't cut into that. Only 5 guys we kept at receiver, as you can see down below. So when you look at that, you're like, damn. I mean, what are we doing here? And I do believe that when you look at the practice squad, you're going to see John Vea. John Vea Johnson's injured, but you're going to see someone like Jalen Guyton and Cedric Wilson.
Has a great question. When is the practice squad finalized?
Well, it's always fluid. It's always moving, right? So,
but overall, when
tomorrow they fill it up. Tomorrow you want to grab the guys further out.
After 24-hour period is up, usually that's when you see the rest of the final roster moves being made and people finding their way onto practice squads.
Right. So other notable cuts
is safe technically for everybody.
We'll talk. Right. We're gonna say that Georgie Loca cut. As you guys know, Darius Jackson, number 26, not anymore now. We got Donovan Wilson as number 26, but Darius Jackson cut. If he has eligibility left, I wouldn't mind bringing him back in. And, of course, Justin Phillips at linebacker. These are major guys. Now, you want to talk about who – I guess we could say who made the team. I could go through the list real quick of who got cut. And here it is, guys. Bushel Beatty, Jake Cambos, Taron Christensen, the quarterback, Jordan Chun. He'll be back in the squad, I think. Chris Covington, linebacker. Reggie Davis, too small to play, running back. He's the one that fumbled in the Rams game. Treston DeCowd, cornerback. Jalen Guyton, receiver, 83. I know he had he had a good game last one. Doesn't really mean much, but he's a guy that has high upside. I think undrafted guy. Watch for him. So he might be coming back. Nate Hall, number 43, had a good last game at linebacker. Mitch Hyatt, who I'm hearing is going to be brought back to the practice squad. I don't know why. Maybe they see something they can fix on him, but he had a real bad camp, real bad preseason games, just horrible. Darius Jackson, as I said. Michael Jackson, number 33, who think I get rid of that number for him because that's Tony Dorsett. Marcus Lucas, number 80. He's not practice squad eligible, so I want to make sure everybody's on the same page on that. That's the tight end. We really liked him. His athleticism was good, but man, there's just not enough room in this team. But you never know. Hey, I'm going to say this. You never know who they bring back tomorrow. They're going to have 2 open spots. What if they bring back Marcus Lucas? Why not, right? So Lucaeus McNeil, tackle. Donovan Alumba, 32. Number 32, of course, practice squad, probably for him. Justin Phillips, same thing, or maybe even coming in for Luke Gifford, who's going to be moved over the short term. Kyle Kiro, I really liked him last year. I know he's trying to battle this year. Just not going to make it at the linebacker, kind of hybrid safety. Casey Redfern, of course, he was cut, punter kicker, the camp leg. Drew Scott, the camp long snapper, he's gone. Shakir Soto, defensive tackle from the Allegiance of American Football. He's one of the guys that was there. He made it to the last day. Good job for Shakir Soto. Ricky Walker, who I think would be a practice squad guy, number 68. Mike Weber, number 40. I'm sorry, Montana 808 from Ohio State there, but Mike Weber didn't have enough opportunity. He didn't really have very good games with his opportunities. And, they just didn't see enough from him. But look for him to be brought back to this practice squad. You got Cedric Wilson, who will be they got to bring him back to this practice squad no matter what if he's not picked up. Daniel Wise, same damn thing. And fullback Ryan Juracek, you never know. He could be brought back too. Cowboys like fullbacks this year. You might see Juracek jumping in on this practice squad. So we could talk about, those guys as well. Right now, let's talk about Voodoo Alpha dropping the $2
Yes,
Maher.
Thank you for the $2 holla. With a happy birthday, Mr. Mesa.
Yes.
Shout out.
Shouting out the man.
Thank you so much, Voodoo, for the shout out love for Mr. Mesa. And, of course, the $2 holla here.
Yes, $2 Maher. He is on the team. We got to respect the Maher now, right?
And just to clarify, guys, this Zeke information, as far as the contract talks heating up and him possibly signing before Monday, that's been confirmed by several sources, from Todd Archer and beyond.
Jane Slater, ESPN, NFL Network.
Yeah, just to let you guys
Zeke
know.
side, Jerry Jones side, everybody.
Yeah. So it doesn't mean Zeke has officially signed. It's just that they're all officially confirming that talks are heating up.
Yeah, and again, heating up in the sense that the Zeke side, Ezekiel Elliott's side of things is saying, confirmed sources are saying that, it's close. That's a quote. It's close from Zeke, not Zeke, but Zeke's side. It's close, and they have good hopes that he'll be there on Monday at the facility. 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let me finish doing this here.
Yes. Let's see. Cowboys Abroad said MCF Mike Weber just didn't earn the star. I agree. So
it sucks, but yeah, that's the truth.
Cowboys Fan 91 said Monday or Tuesday he will be back.
Correct. I there's no doubt in my mind. I had a feeling this was coming, and this was the last shot. This weekend was the last chance. I said it last night. I'm like, come on, get it done this weekend. Got to pound this shit out. Yes, we're going to do it.
Let me see. John Jones said, hope Cedric Wilson doesn't get picked up. I Run the Rex said, I heard there was interest in him, Dan Kennedy.
And who, in Wilson?
And let me see what Dan Kennedy said. Oh, and McCoy for the
Oh,
Eagles.
well, yeah, the Eagles
The
are
Eagles
interested in him. We'll talk about that. You can talk about all those in a minute here. We'll definitely go over that because I wanted to talk about, of course, Cowboys
Cowboys
first.
abroad, yes. Unfortunately, Matt Bryant did re-sign
Signed
with
$3 million.
And that's my point. The Cowboys were never in a million years going to pay $3 million for a kicker.
I agree,
No
unfortunately.
way.
I agree. I don't like it, but I agree.
How much is Zeke going to get? That's kind of a big question.
That's the big question, right, of the day.
I somewhere in the general realm of Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell. You know what I mean?
I'd say closer. I say at the bottom of Gurley's contract, so close to like 14.1,
exactly.
2,
So
something like that a
he'll
year. I don't know.
Somewhere
64.
in between,
Similar to Jalen Smith's contract. $58 million. Who knows? You know.
Entertainer, what's up?
Entertainer in the house.
Oh, so
Sub
he
it
said
up.
McCoy signed with the Chiefs, really?
Did he? Is that official?
Yeah, just now. Just now.
Is that official though?
2 people are saying it now. Let me see.
Cool.
I'll double
Let's
check.
check on that. That's
wow. That'd be a big deal. We have Entertainer in the chat, guys.
Entertainer,
Go
much love. Sub it up to
subscribe
him, guys.
Keep up
He's got
with
great,
the Giants
a great
and all
channel.
your New York teams as well.
New York Giants.
If that's what you're
That's our
into.
enemy. But hey, we'll be talking with Entertainer this week, so get ready
Headed
for
to
it.
Kansas City. 1 year deal worth $3 million, worth up to 4 with incentives.
Well, you know what I'm happy about? Because I know the Eagles wanted him.
Eagles.
The Eagles wanted LaShawn McCoy. I think McCoy still got a lot. I mean, again, they cut him for a reason, right? But
looks like
got to have some kind of gas in the
that's right.
tank.
He Andy Reid. He used to be with Andy
right.
Reid as well.
Good
so
point.
that's
That's the connection.
another big reason why
Good
he's probably
point.
back there as well.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Dun, dun,
We got the
dun.
board fixed up above us here, guys. Paydak. You see Paydak, right? He's got 79 points there. Tristan Hill.
Yeah. So I guess
Marcus Lucas takes it
a
down.
lot of people have been asking, what's the deal with Brandon Knight? How the heck did this
That's-
guy end up
that's-
on the
that's the
53?
one.
Right here, Forever DC said, it was asking Haley 94 where you think that Knight is the sacrificial lamb. I hope not. He's violent and nasty, just what we need.
That's why.
But honestly,
what do you think is the reason? I think it's Connor McGovern.
yeah.
Conor McGovern opened that spot
I said
up.
this earlier. I mean, I don't know if I said it on the stream or just to you, but I think that Conor McGovern is a big reason why. The Cowboys obviously expected Conor McGovern to do something here. Right now, we technically have 11 offensive linemen, but that's kind of a misnomer. Once he's, shuffled off to IR or, the short-term IR, he's going to be gone half the year.
Right.
So the expectation is that he will be back, which is why I think that they went with Knight. It's not really someone that's going to have the biggest impact. It is another piece,
and that's what kills me.
piece,
That's what makes me wonder. Like to me, he seems like he'll be the sacrificial lamb.
It seems exactly
when Connor McGovern comes back, right? But at the same time, they see something in him that they don't want to risk. They didn't want to risk him out there in the waivers, out there,
and that's where I'm kind of torn.
because he's definitely practice squad eligible. So why wouldn't he do it? He didn't have a great, preseason for people to see.
And I also think that, I know this sounds crazy, but I also think it's very likely that we do end up carrying 11 offensive linemen. That McGovern can come back. I'm saying that McGovern can come back.
And we cut somewhere else.
And we cut somewhere else. So a lot of that has to do with the rest of the health of the line.
That's true.
So
we definitely want to. We don't want to take a chance on that line.
Yeah, definitely a situation to keep an eye on. But I think it's just very interesting that Knight did make it, and I think it speaks to the potential that he could possibly have, or the impact that the Cowboys
are hoping
at least,
for, or something. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty big deal considering the fact that, again, if McGovern's going to be missing half the year, this is the guy that they're bringing in to help fill in a little bit of that expected gap.
The backup stuff, yeah.
Especially when a few days ago we were talking trade on the old
and we can't forget Adam Redmond also made it in this team too. So Adam Redmond, and then we didn't know he was going to make it, and then behind him, Suafilo made it, Adam Redmond made it, and now Brandon Knight from Indiana, an undrafted guy. Who we never, we just heard a little bit. He had an okay camp. He had an okay preseason, but to keep him over some other guys, there's something brewing on this. I still believe there's something going on. I'm not gonna sit here and guess on it, but something's brewing for sure.
Yes. And real quick, just very interesting. LaShawn McCoy was going to end up in the AFC West one way or the other because the other team pursuing him was the LA Chargers.
So those are the two in front
kind of
there, I guess. Yeah. So he
Besides
chose Andy Reid. Yeah.
Hit the like if you like what you're watching. Of course, subscribe if you're new.
Yes.
Hit the bell so you don't miss when we're live. We're here daily. News, info, updates on the Cowboys, our thoughts and opinions,
and
your thoughts and opinions.
The quest. No, I was gonna say this too, guys. Since you're in here chilling with us, can we get this?
Other teams are asking about Redmond, really.
Yeah, see, that's why they kept them. So if you guys, can we get this stream over 100 likes? I doubt it. Not a regular news stream. That never has happened in the history of MCF. We have over 100 people, and that hasn't happened either in a regular news stream. So if you guys want to hit that like button, let's break some records. So anyways.
Well, I mean, we're close-ish.
Are we?
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Hit that like and keep
going up. So, no, whatever's clever, this is not clickbait. Once again, this is real. It's been confirmed by Jane Slater, Todd Archer, and several other sources.
Yes.
Talks with
He didn't
Ezekiel
sign
Elliott,
yet.
Exactly. Talks with Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys front office are heating up, and the rumor is that he could sign and be back in camp by as soon as Monday.
So let me say
So
it from Mike Leslie, who has
Who's the first to report this, I believe.
Well, he had a couple. He reported earlier. No, it was Adam Scheffler, then Jane Slater, ESPN, bunch of people there, and NFL Network. And now here's what we're hearing, guys. Mike Leslie, who is on the know with the Zeke, he was the one that was around there for the Zeke suspension stuff. He hit it on the dot every single time. So I trust this guy, Mike Leslie. All right, he's landed back in the United States, and he's been told by his personal source that, quote, it's close. This is from Zeke's camp as well. His source is with Zeke's camp. So it's close in the negotiations between Zeke and the Dallas Cowboys front office. So again, this same source said it is so close from Zeke's camp that there's, quote, hope he'll be in the facility on Monday. From Zeke's side, not from Jerry Jones hoping it. This is from Zeke's side saying we're so close that we're going to be, we're probably going to be in the facility there by Monday. So, for the Monday team practice, getting ready for week 1. That's what we needed to see. That's what we needed. That's why I said Tuesday on that field. And when they get on that field for the first time, we got to have Zeke on there if he wants to play, if we want to utilize him the right ways. Tuesday was the big deadline. The fact that I said that yesterday, I said we got to get this thing done over this weekend. And then, before Tuesday, get him on that field, get him signed and then get him on the field for Tuesday. Looks like it's going to happen, guys. Again, unless something, Adam Scheffler said this too. All these other big name guys, not going to put their names on the line, but they've all said it basically. Unless something major happens, right? They call each other assholes and this and that in the middle of the negotiations in front of each other. If that happens, okay, then it goes down the drain. Outside of that happening, and they just keep. Stephen Jones said this, a week ago, we played it on here. He said once things get close, once we get into a point where the numbers are close, and Zeke's side saying it's close. Once you get to a point where it's close, quote from Stephen Jones last week, it all starts to, kind of steamroll. And again, so you get a situation where it just starts to kind of, it goes quicker, it goes fast, you get it going. Once you get to those numbers, get close, it gets done quick, and that's where we're at now. A couple of weeks late, or at least a week late. I thought last week this was going to be the case. What's up, Kirk Thompson? Much love.
With a $2 holla, saying how much is Zeke going to get per year?
Well, that's
shout out. So again, and I saw someone else asking numbers earlier. Honestly, guys,
we don't know.
Still no numbers out there. We have to imagine, again, when you're looking at all the numbers, he'll probably still land somewhere in between Gurley and Le'Veon, closer to Gurley than Le'Veon. But honestly, I don't even want to put it out there and guess. I just imagine that out of all this, it's going to be at least half of that contract is going to be guaranteed in the sense of year-wise. You know what I mean? If it's a 5-year deal, that means that, probably 3 years will be guaranteed or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as time. Money-wise, like I said, I don't want to put it a real number to it because I'm excited to see how the Cowboys do this because I wonder if they are going to get creative with some kind of a signing bonus because again, I'd rather give Zeke a big old signing bonus and give him less guaranteed or less down the line in case something happens further on in a way. Like, just kind of maybe front load him a little now. Similar to Tank, but even more so in a way.
I'm going to say it like this.
Just because that way, it's almost like an extra insurance policy for us. Like, just give Zeke the money now because we know he'll produce now. And if something happens later, like, you get what I'm trying to say?
And that's what I'm saying.
That's why I think it's going to be interesting to hear the final numbers.
Tank's numbers were established. You can use Tank as a guide, and you really use Jalen Smith as a guide. Look at their numbers. Look at the way the contract's on. One's a defensive end who's getting a lot bigger. His position is worth a lot more. So Tank got a huge deal. But because of the injuries, it's front-loaded with the guarantees. Only thing that we're going to have to pay in the last 2 years of his contract if we want to cut him, if this injury is not producing, we're going to get back money. So you're only paying his signing bonus. You're only paying his huge bonus that he got. That's prorated out through his contract. And it's going to be like, I think we're taking a $15 million hit the first year or $13 million. The second year, we take like a $9 million or $7 million hit. But we get back money on those caps, which, by the way, in those years, it's going to be way up already. Past 2021 CBA, collective bargaining agreement, it's going to be off the charts. So we're going to be able to engulf these things and take these hits, slight hits. These are going to be drops in a bucket. Right now, it's like $15 million. But later on, it's going to be like, it's going to be worth like maybe $3 or $4 million of a hit. And on top of that, we're going to actually open up like 11, 12, 13 million in the first on that fourth year for Tank. And the fifth year, you're going to open up like 20-something million. If you cut him, you take a $3 million hit, but you're opening up 24 million on the cap. So we win either way on Tanks. But look at Jalen Smith's contract. His numbers are in the same range as Zeke for the same or similar number of years. I mean, Jalen Smith got 5 years extended on top of his deal. That's where you saw Carson Wentz's deal kind of get structured that way. And listen to the way, so you got Jalen Smith getting paid only $500,000 more this season than he would have gotten this year. So we only added $500,000 on the cap for this year. Next year, for Jalen Smith, we're only getting hit with $3.1 million next year on Jalen Smith's contract, difference. What he got paid, what he's going to get paid next year as a restricted free agent.
We're going to pay him.
Right, that was already the set number for his restricted free agent number. It's only 3.1 over that. $3.6 million in the next 2 years on Jalen Smith's contract. And then we enter his actual extension part of his contract. Something similar you're going to see with Zeke. 2 years, he's going to be under contract. He has 2 contract years. You could even throw in there the fact that he's going to be franchise tagged. You can add that into the mix, and you're going to see
I think at that point the Cowboys are getting greedy. I think I'm just saying
that might have been the beginning of it. Why he didn't take it.
Stick to the what's actually contractually written down that way. I'm sure, honestly, that 5th year option probably really pissed off and screwed over Zeke.
Well, that happens a lot to a lot of these players in the first round. They screw up. That's why they want this thing out of there. But hey, listen, that's what the CBA is about. We're not going to go that route. But what I am saying is, when it comes to Jalen Smith's contract, he's getting $64 million over a span of 5-year extension. You can look for that for I think Zeke after, let's say, this year and next year. Then you can see it burst up a little bit when the contract's going to go up, when the salary cap is going to go up a lot. For the same thing with Jalen Smith, same thing with Zeke. So if Zeke gets, this year he's getting paid. We're getting hit $7.1 million on the cap. Let's say he gets $9 million this year total. So we're paying $1.9 million this year more for Zeke after the contract. Next year, Zeke was going to get $9.1 million, right? Let's say he's getting $11 million. How much more is that, right? So you're getting what? $2 million more. So you're getting about, let's just round it up, right? $4 million in 2 years for Zeke. And then you start the actual contract, which is 4 more years. Okay, it's 4 more years, but how many years do we have with the guaranteed money stacked on front, right? You got the signing bonus. Jalen Smith got a $5 million bonus. Every year, $1 million. By the time we got to the end of his contract, there's no more guaranteed money to, there's no more money to pay out. We can cut him his last year, I think, and we get all the money back. So it's the way it's structured is the key. That's why I know 100% the Cowboys can sign every single player that we've talked about, the big three on defense, whoever you want to keep it coming. We still have we're going to have $45 million left open on the cap next year after signing everyone. So I'm just saying, my thing is this: without Zeke right now, next year, this year we have $24 million open right now with Jalen Smith signed up, and next year we're going to have about $100 million open after Jalen Smith. After Zeke, we're going to go from $100 million to maybe $95 million. Next year. This year, from $24 million, let's say to $22 million, $20 million. I don't know, whatever. My point is that it's not going to be average per year is irrelevant. It's just that's more for the agents and for the players to brag about and stuff. We're talking about what helps and hurts the team and how you structure contracts. It's a puzzle piece. And they got it doing it right.
He's already starting to see Jalen Smith in commercials over there.
The sunglasses. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, Jalen Smith is partnering with the Cowboys Pro Shop. So
I guarantee you that's part of the contract. I guarantee you that's part of his contract to incorporate the Cowboys and him, his line of goods, whatever he's going to sell, to it's going to be a tied-in together thing for life.
I wouldn't say not necessarily part of the contract on paper.
Agreement.
This is the type of gentleman's agreement. Again, this is where Jalen Smith made it really clear. Signing with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm paraphrasing here, but signing with the Dallas Cowboys, it's not just... it's the Cowboys are a lifestyle. They're more than just a brand. You know what I mean? It carries your name up until it's farther up on itself, and along with that, he knows that it carries a certain prestige. And he wants to associate himself with the Dallas Cowboys. He wants that same type of brand recognition and elevation for his brand as well, and that's why he's partnering with the Cowboys Pro Shop. Again, if you see the promotional images of it too, it's not like. They're not really casual sunglasses. You know what I mean? They're definitely he's trying to market it for.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine having your boss? You get signed, right? You get hired, and then your boss going to help you sell your goods too. You know, it's it's kind of like that. Oh, and using the company, but using the company, the star, right, to help sell their players. Your team leader. Your team leader took a team friendly deal. Who does this, right? Nobody really does that nowadays in any team.
But I think that's the point. I think the point that Jalen's trying to make is that when you are a Dallas Cowboy, you can do things like that. Because being a Dallas Cowboy gives you those types of opportunities. Again, we've spoken on this before where we've said that Dak Prescott does have a higher advantage over certain other guys that certainly don't, because he is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And just by that virtue, he gets a lot more recognition and offers and things like that from sponsorships and deals. I mean, it's not just because he's good or he's talented. It's good, talented, and he's a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. So that brand recognition really can help elevate your name and put it out there. Right?
I see somebody saying about Rolando McClain. I just want to quickly say
that whole
we have his
thing.
We have his rights for McClain right now. $5 million if we want to keep it. I think we're going to probably let him go or trade him, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, he hasn't played football in 3 years, so I don't see McClain being part of this team. Daniel Ullman. Anyway, I'm sorry, I know I went on another sidetrack. I wanted to make sure we never really covered him today. So.
Cowboy fan said, "Oh, I never thought I'd hate Zeke, but I actually hate Zeke. Why is he handcuffing us?" I don't think he's handcuffing us.
Kenny.
I will admit to one thing. I will say one thing. I think it's really funny that there's people out there who think there's a big conspiracy that Jerry Jones somehow did make some gentleman's agreement with Zeke and that told him, hey, go rest your body, go work out, sit out the training camp, sit out the whole preseason, all that, and just show for week one. I think that's total BS. I think that's such BS. But Jerry Jones would do that. If he had the chance and the ability to do it, he would do it.
Yeah.
No, it's just not the case, and it's not reality. But yeah, exactly. So Tom Brady benefits from the fact that the Patriots basically were able to structure his contract in a way that helped the team, while also basically giving the New England Patriots players an exclusive contract with his TB12 training facility so that the players have an incentive to train there, and they do train there, and then he makes more money. So the Patriots get to pay their quarterback for their team to train in his facility. I mean, that's and that's not even going into all the other things, which I really won't even touch because we're not a Patriots channel. Point is that there's ways of doing it, and that way is, maybe while not illegal or against any rules, definitely feels slightly immoral. This to me feels a lot more, again, just straight up. I mean, Jalen Smith is selling you, quality sunglasses. Like there's no shadiness going on here. There's no deflated balls.
When you talk about Dallas Cowboys, top of the thing, glasses, top of the line. Top of the line is the Cowboy team representing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't speak to them, but they definitely look very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So
we won't be able to afford those anytime soon, unless Jalen Smith decides to pass it on. We'll wear it on stream for him.
Yeah. Until then, we have a cloudy eye view.
So yeah. Till then, we got just the general basic glasses eye view. So I was just checking a couple other signs. I see Harry. I'll talk about it in a minute, guys. A couple different signings have occurred, but nothing for the Cowboys. It's just all good there. I do want to talk about some of the guys that we do have on this list still that can be guys that are going to be coming back on this practice squad. So let me just double check this here for a minute and make sure I got it. Yep, here. So again, I'm going to quickly fly through. We did talk about the guys who were cut. And let me talk about the guys who are still donning that star right there, guys. And it's going to be, this is actually pretty interesting here and very important because we have to talk about the guys who are on the injured kind of list here, the IR, who are still going to be Cowboys. Some of these names are like, well, where are they at? Now, listen, Georgie Loca was cut, but we have to have an injury settlement with him.
Exactly.
So that's fine. Boise State guy didn't make it. And you got other guys who are waived or injured as well. Again, also settlements as well. So you have Cody McElroy, number 84, the tight end. Tyvis Powell, number 45, the cornerback, got burned a couple times. Had a good last game. And Jameel Showers, old Jameel Showers, guys. Number 28, safety, played quarterback at the beginning. They're off the team, so that's that. Now, let's go to the ones that are on the team. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on this team. One of them is Robert Quinn. Injured, but also suspended. He immediately got moved to the suspension list as soon as the time went on. And so did Randy Gregory. So both the guys on the team still, but on the suspension list. When Quinn comes back, or if Gregory gets reinstated, we got to cut 2 guys for each of them. One guy we got to cut a guy for Robert Quinn when he comes back in week 3, and we got to cut a guy for Gregory if he gets reinstated. So those 2 guys are on the sidelines, right? Let's keep them in their mind, but they're not on the 53. They're on the team, though. We got reserve PUP, Noah Brown, receiver, number 85. Remember, he was on the PUP coming into training camp, never left the PUP list. The Cowboys said, you know what, we got Devin Smith. We're going to go short on receivers. Let's move Noah Brown to the PUP list. And just automatically, when you hit this 4 o'clock today when it hit, Noah Brown went from PUP in training camp, because he never played a practice, to PUP in the regular season. For 6 weeks, he's on here. So you got the understanding on that. And then we got another 6 weeks to evaluate him if you want to get him back.
No, Dak, I think no one is happier than McCoy. He just went from one of the worst teams in the league to one of the arguably best teams in the league. On top of that, he's back with Andy Reid, who, from all accounts and purposes, is obviously a great guy to be under his system. So, it's just a great situation for him. And, it just... That's
good for LaShawn McCoy.
Glad that he's in the AFC.
Happy he's not with the Eagles.
Honestly, that to me is the best part. As soon as you guys said it, I'm just like, wait, he didn't go with the Eagles? I'm happy with it. Let's do this.
Filling out our injured reserve guys. These guys are not playing this year, but they're still on the Cowboys team. So these are injured reserve, the IR, not short-term IR, which is going to be tomorrow. You're going to hear us say tomorrow, Connor McGovern is going to go to the short-term IR for 8 weeks. And then he gets reevaluated. And the same thing is going to go for Luke Gifford, linebacker. So, those two guys are going to move there. But that's tomorrow. All right? We're going to have to fill those two spots up probably with I'm thinking Justin Phillips. You might see Daniel Wise or Cedric Wilson. Who knows? Jump onto this 53 and see what happens with them. But the reserved injured guys, these guys are out for the year. But next year, like Cedric Wilson, next year, they'll be able to compete once again. So, who are those guys? Jalen Jelks, the 7th rounder, right? He made the team through this path, right? He had to be cut. We were thinking practice squad for him. He got a little banged up. He is now moved on to the IR. He's out for the year, but next year he gets to compete for a spot on this team again as a Dallas Cowboy, of course. John Vea Johnson, number 81, another guy who we said practice squad. No practice squad needed. He's now has to take up a spot there. Yeah. This is great for us. Besides John Vea Johnson, I don't think was ready this year anyways. I'm glad. This is like a sub-practice squad when you get to the injured list, right? He's not going to be practicing and doing anything for a while. He got a shoulder injury, but out for the year. But he's going to compete next year on this team. So that's an interesting look there. They want to develop him a little more. Daniel Ross, a guy who to me was on my bubble list because I think we need that experience on the inside. The guy who's been here. Daniel Ross, number 93. Got hurt the last game again. He gets moved over there, and thank goodness he gets to compete next year on this team. I think he'll be a guy competing. Especially if we lose Antoine Woods and Malik Collins. If we lose both of them, we got Tristan Hill. We'll see what happens at Covington. But now you got Daniel Ross kind of filling the backup spot again.
Now, I do think it is possible, Jesse, for us to pick up someone from another team. I just really hesitate to say what position or who. Just because, honestly, right now, we still have a few other moves that we could make. 24, 48 hours from now, by the time that I would be able to say, I think they might do this, they probably would have already done it. So, honestly, I just want to see what they do, and I'm really happy with the core team that we have.
Right, the 53 here. You see rotating down there. It's going to change a little bit. I'll probably change that tomorrow. I'll leave that rotating so you can see that going on, and we'll leave that up for a week or so until the first game. But, hey, that right there is our team currently, and there's going to be 2 guys off that list. The 2 guys that you see with brackets over there getting moved. We're going to have 2 open spots tomorrow. Who will it be? Will it be Zeke? Could Zeke be the guy, right? Or do we cut, I don't think we're going to cut Alfred Morris 100% because of the shortage of running backs on this list. So I think they might want to keep Alfred Morris for him to kind of come in there and help spell Zeke and use Pollard with Zeke and Olawale with Pollard and Zeke with Pollard, Zeke with Olawale. So you're going to see a lot of combinations of running backs. Just keep an eye out for that. So then, the last 2 guys on the IR list that is still going to be on our team next year and competing for a place on this team is Cody Wichman, who's a guard. I think he snuck on last year as well. He's going to be he's on the IR, so he's going to be on this team once again. Yeah. And then you have undrafted cornerback, 6'4", Chris Westry. I like this guy too. I'm glad that he's untapped potential. Definite practice squad guy.
Yes.
So you talk about on this list right here, Jalen Jelks, John Vea Johnson, and Chris Westry. These 3 guys would have been taking up probably 3 spots on the practice squad out of the 10. You get 10 practice squad spots. That's going to be determined tomorrow. These 3 guys took out the guesswork on that. That's fan-effing-tastic. And again, we talked about the other guys on this list, but I'm going to say this: the shortage of cornerbacks that you see making this team, right? When you have C.J. Goodwin as our 5th, he's just there for special teams.
Yeah.
To me, that means Byron Jones is ready to roll. What do you think about that?
Obviously, it seems like they are putting a lot of confidence in the corners that they have. And again, not just Byron, but Cheeto. It brings to question the entire philosophy of what they're doing in that secondary. And 1, I like it. It means these guys are going to perform. We're counting on them they have to step it up. And I already spoke about the fact that I really like Goodwin for his versatility.
Yeah.
It doesn't just allow us to have, obviously, a fifth cornerback. It means that we might possibly have someone who can step in and play that safety spot if we absolutely had to.
Very absolutely,
Like I said, the Cowboys like their versatility. The same way that I'm sure that Cheeto, if you had to, absolutely had
or
to,
Byron
and
Jones.
everybody got hurt, you could stick him in at safety and see what happens.
For Alfred Morris, guys, people say, well, he'll be cut. After week 1, guess what happens to his contract? It becomes guaranteed, but how much is that contract? It's $900,000. So is it a big loss for the Cowboys to cut ways with him or to keep him as an insurance for Zeke? For Zeke even to be happy. Maybe he likes Alfred Morris as his kind of replacement guy. He's kind of been used to him. So, 3 running backs, Pollard, Alfred Morris, Jameez Olawale. That's it. That's all we got is 3 running backs, right? So with Zeke added onto this list, I think that's when you're going to see, it round out to 4 and it total 3 regular full running backs and 1 fullback. And I think we're going to keep Alfred Morris when you look at the breakdown of this situation. So obviously it's great. Now when you look at the IR for a second, John Vea Johnson, he gets paid his full salary. So do all these guys on IR. Undrafted John Vea Johnson, drafted Jalen Jelks, undrafted Chris Westry. These guys are on the IR getting paid. And they're still staying on the Cowboys repping that star. So he did earn a star, I guess, on a sideways kind of way. He needs to carry bricks, though, and stand in front of that jugs machine, keep catching the fucking footballs. He stops dropping that stuff or he's going to be off the team next year. So, he aggravated his shoulder in the final in the last game here, and he's looking at surgery. So, in the long run, it's probably the best thing for him. And I'm going to go back to Daniel Ross for a second. Daniel Ross, guys, on IR because of a shoulder injury that's going to likely require surgery. Again, likely require surgery. He did not play in the last game, of course, because of the injury. So they already prepped him, number 93, Daniel Ross, to kind of get ready to go on this IR list. Cody Richmond, again, he has a calf injury. That's why he went on the IR as well. Offensive lineman. By the way, I want to say something about the running backs for a quick second. You know who was starting off on this depth chart when we started off the preseason? Darius Jackson was our number 1 running back. He's off the list. George Iloka signed, veteran free agent, supposed to push Heath. Injury settlement on the street. So, it's an interesting turn of the tail here.
Yes.
Cornerbacks, by the way, Jordan Lewis, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to Jordan Lewis. I know you had Daniel Mason with the birthday.
Oh, today too?
Well, this past day.
Happy
Jordan.
birthday.
So you guys have same day there, right? So, and it is officially September 1st here on the East Coast and in the Central Time Zone, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So active roster, guys, as I said, Dak and Cooper Rush. You see the numbers, the guys below. Running backs, I told you, Tony Pollard, Alfred Morris, and Olawale with Zeke is going to be on here as well. As let's say call him the 54th, right? Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Randall Cobb, Tavon Austin, Devin Smith. That is it. No Cedric Wilson. And there's only 5 receivers. So think about that. We're going 3 running backs, 4 with Zeke, including a fullback in that. You got 5 receivers. That's 9 guys out there, skilled guys catching the ball. And then you got tight ends. You got only 3 complete tight ends on the team. Jason Witten, Blake Jarwin, and Dalton Schultz. So yeah, you go from
either you're getting creative or you're getting risky.
We got 5, then we got 4, it's 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 guys on the team. On the entire effing team in the 53 that are out there that can catch the ball on offense, right? Think about it, right? Those are the only guys that can catch the ball. That's what our guys that catch the ball, running back, tight end, or receiver. We got a total of 12 guys. What did I say? 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 guys, or 13 when you get Zeke. So you got 13 guys. I don't know, guys. That seems a little bit short, don't you think? When you look at the offensive linemen, you got 11 of them. Tyron Smith, Lel Collins, Zach Martin, Connor Williams. And, of course, Travis Frederick in the center back again. Those are our starting 5. And then you got the backups. Connor McGovern, who's going to be moved off of this list. So we're going to drop to 10 of them. But Joe Looney, Cameron Fleming, Xavier Suafilo, those are the big main 3 backups. With Adam Redmond, kind of was in that bubble zone. And Brandon Knight, undrafted rookie from Indiana. So interesting there. He's on there.
To me, that's probably the
biggest
most
surprise.
Yeah, that to me is the biggest surprise out of
100%.
everyone who made it, just because.
I'm glad for him.
Wow. And I
see
know
something in him.
Entertainer asked earlier, what were the cuts that were the biggest surprise to you?
That's the one.
I said Cedric Wilson was the biggest surprise to me.
Yeah.
So.
Cedric Wilson for sure, and Daniel Wise, although we can see why that would happen, but Cedric Wilson was the biggest surprise for me. But again, the injury factor with Cedric Wilson is the reason why I think that he wasn't going to get that 53, on top of knowing that, listen, if they already had 5, they had to cut Devin Smith or Cedric Wilson. They know that Devin Smith would probably get picked up before Cedric Wilson.
Exactly.
So they'll roll the dice, letting Wilson go out there, knowing that Devin Smith will be scooped up. 37th overall pick from the Jets a couple years ago. This guy's only been derailed by injuries. Well, now he's in the Cowboys and he has no injuries. So, but he has had injuries. So has Tavon Austin. So has Randall Cobb. And then Amari Cooper's dealing with one now. So you got 5 receivers on the team. Gets you a little jittery, right? So let's go on the defensive side. Defensive linemen. We have 10 guys on this list. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyrone Crawford, Dorrance Armstrong, Taco Charlton, Joe Jackson, the rookie, Kerry Hyder, number 51, playing awesome. Tristan Hill, the rookie as well, needs to play better, but is going to make this team, of course, second rounder. Malik Collins, Antoine Woods, and Christian Covington. Those are the 10 solid. I mean, I don't think anybody in the league from 1 to 10 on this defensive line every single guy there has shown out. You could say, Tristan Hill. You could say, the rookies, whatever, Joe Jackson. But, man, everybody else here is balling out crazy. So we're solid, man. We're solid on these fronts, on the trenches.
And it's crazy to think about because, again, it's not that we haven't been solid before. It's just, have we ever been this solid? Have we ever been to this point?
These guys
and
are playing
what I'm
up.
trying to say.
Yeah.
And just the depth on this team is incredible.
It's fantastic.
Incredible.
Fantastic. And more depth, you got to go linebackers, right?
Can't wait for week 1.
2 years ago it was Sean Lee, basically, and Jalen Smith trying to get out on that field. Well, now it's Leighton Vander Esch. Now it's Jalen Smith, the man. Now it's Sean Lee as our third guy, basically. Joe Thomas there, who could probably bypass Sean Lee. That's 4 guys right there, starters. But who else is in there? That's starters, but our main rotation. You got Justin March. Yes, he made it. He cut his name down. March Lillard, now he's March. He made it, guys, on the team as our 5th guy, basically. And Luke Gifford, who, again, with the asterisk, he's the one that's getting moved off to the short-term IR tomorrow. And we're going to open up that spot, hopefully, for someone like Justin Phillips, number 44. I hope they can somehow get him out there. I know he's a guy I'm going to talk about in a minute about practice squatting it. But Luke Gifford's the other one, like Connor McGovern. Both of them going to be moved off tomorrow off this roster. Now, defensive backs. Let's go to cornerbacks here. 53-man team, guys. There's 10 guys total defensive backs. But let's talk about the 5 that made it on cornerbacks. Byron Jones, Chidobe Awuzie, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, and, of course, C.J. Goodwin. And you go to the safeties. Xavier Woods, Jeff Heath, the starters. Donovan Wilson, number 26. Kevon Frazier, snuck in by his hair and his chin. And then Darian Thompson, number 23 there, backup free safety. A lot of this has to do with also, some of it has to do with money. Some has to do with special teams play. So, congrats to these guys that did make it. Of course, special teams, can't forget about them. LP Ladouceur, long snapper, the oldest guy in our team. I guess Witten is now. I guess Witten still is, right? Witten? Anyway, Witten, LP Ladouceur, and Sean Lee, those are our oldest guys. And Chris Jones. Chris Jones, the punter. And, of course, maybe Brett Maher. I got to say his name proper. Brett Maher is our kicker. Those are our 53 guys officially on there, guys. 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs. There we go. Britney Spears. Proto Man. I get you. The protein man. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the house. Much love. Thank you. Subbing up. Down to 76 points for Paydak. I said Prodak. You guys are messing with me. 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 3 tight ends, 5 wide receivers, 11 offensive linemen, 10 defensive linemen. 6 linebackers, 10 defensive backs, 5 and 5, 5 corners, 5 safeties, and 3 special teams guys. That's the makeup of our team. So, one of those running backs is a fullback. So we really have 2 pure running backs right now, Tony Pollard and Alfred Morris, with Zeke on the wings here coming in by Monday, should be there. So, again, but like I said, guys, very limited amount of skills guys on this team, right? So, tight ends 3, receivers 5, that's 8. And right now we have 3 running backs, 9, 10, 11 with 12, the 12th guy being Zeke. So we got 12 guys. I keep fluctuating that number. Now here's the predictions for practice squad guys. Cedric Wilson Jr. Again, if they survive it, these guys will make it. Cedric Wilson Jr., Jalen Guyton as a receiver. Look for him to be on there. Mike Weber. I predict he will be on there, running back from Ohio State. As cornerback, Michael Jackson. That's right, number 33. We got Daniel Wise, for sure, has got to be on this list, number 64. Ricky Walker, I think he's going to sneak on this list here. He played really good, too, number 68, I think he is. Donovan Alumba, if he clears waivers, he's back on the practice squad. Thank you, Kenny T. -575, 757. Much love, man. Thank you, brother. Another person in the house here, subbing up to the family, man. Keep growing it up, man. We appreciate you guys. Truly, thank you guys for being here with us tonight on your Saturday nights with us. So, Alumba, as I said, I believe Justin Phillips, if he doesn't get on the 53, he's going to get on the practice squad. And I'm hearing, unfortunately, name like Mike White might be back on this practice squad. I'm hearing, some people said in the chat, I think I've heard as well, Minnesota might be looking to put him on their 53. Take him. But until then, I think the Cowboys might want to sneak him on this 53. I was thinking about Terry Christensen. Where's he at, right? So keep an eye for one of those guys, maybe both. I doubt both. Some people are saying Mitch Hyatt. I can't see how that would be possible. Maybe they feel they can develop him because he looked like complete trash in this preseason and training camp. So we'll see what happens with those guys. But that's a good crop of names right there we're going to see coming back on this team, I truly believe. Now, as I said, guys, we talked about the number changes. Tony Pollard is now number 20. Donovan Wilson is now number 26. And Alfred Morris is now number, what is he, 23? So he's 32 now. Yeah, Alfred Morris is 32. I got to flip his number around. But, here's another kind of thought process for this is coming from Brianna Dix. Now, not really sure she is. I guess she has an insight on this, but this is per a source, players that are going to be on the practice squad for the Cowboys. This is per a source. Now, this is per Brianna Dix, her source. But I think this could be close to what you're going to see. Daniel Wise, Cedric Wilson, Mike Weber, Donovan Alumba, Michael Jackson, Jalen Guyton. And some of these other names, like I said, another one that she's saying that's a confirmation is Mitch Hyatt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people there. If that's true, we only got 3 spots open. Either way, I like the core group of guys. Mike White might have to be snuck in there, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. And let me see here, guys. So just here, some things to think about this final squad here, 53 we got compiled here. Ankle injuries to Darian Thompson, Donovan Wilson. That's why it sounds like to me the Cowboys have kept Kevon Frazier. That's why he was saved. And we did predict him to be saved because of his veteranness and his ability to play special teams, take snaps away from Jeff Heath so he can concentrate on playing, defense. That's that. He's staying on the team because Darian Thompson's ankle injury and Donovan Wilson's current injury that he has, going to keep him out a couple weeks, is the reason why they're going to keep Kevon Frazier on this team and why he made the team. Luke Gifford, the 6th linebacker on this team, moving over to the IR here short term. If they do put him on long term, well, it opens them up obviously for another player to go on there and take it over the whole season, like a Daniel Wise, Cedric Wilson. We'll see. But I do think that Luke Gifford gets moved to the short term because they want to try to get him in this season and utilize that properly. They could always just keep him on the IR if, at the worst case scenario. You get 2 guys going into the season that you can put on this special designation list. So let's just do it to both these guys. We got a little over 12 hours before we can officially, set our practice squad and move these guys off into the IR spots. So, we'll see what happens here. So Devin Smith also, guys, he worked himself onto that 53 because this guy was way back. Can he get himself on the 46? If he doesn't get on the 46, active 46, we only have 4 wide receivers. This guy has to be part of the active 46. I mean, tell me if you guys disagree with that. I can't see that. So we'll see what happens though. High 2nd round pick from the Jets, 37th overall. Perfect. We got him right now. Just got to avoid injuries. Alfred Morris, guys. Even if Zeke returns, the projection that what I'm hearing is that he's going to stay on this team. Alfred Morris is going to stay on the team. Again, his base salary is what, $900,000. And again, if he's on this roster week 1, the Cowboys can afford that, as I said earlier. So I don't think it's going to have any issues with that. Now, again, as I said, guys, Ezekiel Elliott, and again, for the guys who haven't seen it yet or haven't heard it yet, I'm gonna kind of say it here again. Per Mike Leslie, quote, just landing back in the States, and I'm told by a source that it's close in the negotiations between Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys organization. So much so that this source close to Ezekiel Elliott's side says that there is hope that he'll be in the facility on Monday. That's pretty much done deal, guys. I mean, the loose end's got to be done, but it's a done deal. That's great news to this team. And whatever it is for the money. I believe both sides win. I believe that we as fans are going to win in the end on this. Representing 21 guys, he does change the game out there on the field. So I'm just happy that that's happening for our Dallas Cowboys. And again, that kind of wraps up the Cowboy side of news. I'm going to fly through some of this NFL news, and when Fiancé comes back, we're going to wrap this thing up. But I got to give huge shout outs to everybody in here. Thank you guys for joining and subbing up here. New drops here, dropping that like here in the chat. I mean in the stream. So thank you guys, and also for the drops of love from above. We got a big shout outs right here. Dan Holland dropping the love. Voodoo Alpha dropping double love here. Thank you, brother. Skeptical fan as well dropping the love. John Jones dropping love. Flat Matrix, a new sub. Much love in the house. Oh, Voodoo Alpha dropped it for the 3rd time. That's right, he dropped it like it's hot. Kirk Thompson dropping the love as well. So thank you guys helping and supporting the channel. We appreciate your appreciation. So thank you for that as well, guys. 130 in here. Can we get over 100 likes on this stream? It'd be awesome if we did. It'd be the first news stream we ever got over 100 likes. So thank you guys for keeping it strong here. Over 100 viewers. And again, guys, this is great news. I wouldn't call it breaking because he hasn't officially signed, but it's as close as you can get before this thing gets kind of wrapped up. And it's going to be wrapped up over this weekend. Tomorrow, maybe. Monday, it should be done. And we should have, hopefully, reports of Zeke being at the facility. So that's sounding great. And it's coming not from Jerry Jones blowing smoke. It's coming from Ezekiel Elliott's side. And that's the key here. So, now, going to the NFL side of things, the other players out there, other major cuts. Dez Bryant, what about him? He's out there, right? This was said by David Robinson, the wide receivers guru guy out there. He said about Dez Bryant, quote, healthy, moving fast, and explosive. These are the words he used to describe his workout with Dez Bryant. Again, he's working on his mind, but again, he's also working on his game. Looks like he's trying to eventually get back on the field. We heard from him recently saying he doesn't want to get back out there. Oh, by the way, at 4 p.m. today, when it passed, certain players went immediately into suspensions. And, one of those guys on our team was Robert Quinn for 2 games. The other guys on this list, though, Richie Incognito for 2 games, along with Antonio Callaway for 2 games. Benjamin Watson from the Patriots for 4 games. Chris Herndon for 4 games. Golden Tate, 4 games. Taylor Lewin, 4 games. Jaron Reed, 6 games. Patrick Peterson, 6 games. And, of course, Kareem Hunt for 8 games. So there you go on that side of things, guys. Now, Seahawks are sending a 3rd-round pick and 2 other players, and I'll tell you who that is, to the Texans for Jadeveon Clowney. That was one of those guys, holding out with the issues going on, and just didn't want to be traded. He finally got his wish. We didn't know if he was going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, he went to the Seattle Seahawks, but damn, it's a pretty good deal for Seattle, it seems, guys. The trade terms end up being Seattle gets Jadeveon Clowney, and the Texans get a 2020 3rd-round pick, defensive and offensive linebacker Barcavius Mingo, and linebacker Jacob Martin. They got a 3rd-round pick, basically. Seahawks got a good deal there, guys, in my humble opinion. Luckily, that's the one of all the teams that were out there fighting for him. The Seahawks are the only team who don't play this year, at least in the regular season. How good is their defense going to be? That's a great question, though, right? Because when you look at it, guys, look at the Seahawks front 7 right now. Bobby Wagner, 4-time All-Pro. Jadeveon Clowney, 3-time Pro Bowl. KJ Wright, 4-time 100-plus tackle seasons for him. He had 4 of those, 100-plus tackles. We had Jaron Reed, 10.5 sacks last year. L.J. Collier, 2019 first-round draft pick for them. And Ziggy Ansah, 48 career sacks. They got some power out there in that defense in the front 7. So, damn, they got a good team out there. We'll see how that works. It's not just that for them to have to win, right? So, we'll see what happens. Now, I do see that there was another kind of trade that went down here. Adam Scheffler reported that the Jets traded cornerback Parry Nickerson to the Seahawks. So the Seahawks adding another guy. And they gave up a conditional 7th-round draft pick for the 2021 draft. And this is conditional on probably how much playtime he gets. So it's be interesting to see what happens, guys. Another cut from the Jets, actually. Their 3rd-round pick, I don't know how to say it, Jakey Polite. He was cut, guys. He was supposed to be a top 10 kind of guy. And now he's like, out of his job right now. It's crazy. So interesting to see those moves being made by the Jets there. And as Fiance said when we on stream, we talked about it. You guys kind of helped break it here. Former Bills, former Eagles, running back LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy. The Eagles are talking about getting him back. Skipped on them. He went to Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs and signed with them, guys. He signed a 1-year, $4 million deal, includes $3 million guaranteed from the Kansas City Chiefs. So just wanted to clarify those numbers there. And let me continue doing this. His fiance here chills with us here. And
chills is right. I'm freezing. I give up. I'm breaking out the
76 degrees, 75 degrees. Anyways, so guys, let's talk about kicker. A guy we want to bring in. Yeah, well, not our kicker. Well, Matt Bryant. How badly we want Matt Bryant, man. But again, like we said earlier, $3 million for 1 year. He came out of retirement. We said this 2 days ago when he said he was going to come there on Friday to work out. He did. Now they have, they got Tavecchio. They got another guy. Both those guys are gone. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe the Cowboys will finally, do something, make some moves out there for some of these kickers. Again, 1 year deal, $3 million. They lured him out of retirement. He just wanted to skip training camp, right? Let's talk about some quarterbacks that were cut today, because we talk about backups, right? What about the Patriots' former backup to Tom Brady, Brian Hoyer. He was cut today. A big name. I would say if you really wanted to try to grab somebody as a reliable backup that can really help you kind of in case, you got to go down 2-3 games, this guy could do it, I think. But Brian Hoyer, guys, whatever the reason, was not make the cut in New England. Another quarterback from the Giants. Some of you guys talk about getting him. Kyle Laletta, again, released from the New York Giants, former 4th rounder on waivers. The Packers released quarterback Deshaun Kaiser, a guy who's been around there, kind of had some flashes, but it just never could really hit out there as well. Cardale Jones, the LA Chargers quarterback, they released him as well. He played well in the summer, guys. Probably going to find another team. So a lot of guys out there, a lot of quarterbacks out there, you can definitely, kind of say, hey, if you ever you get curious. I did say the Cowboys' backup is not on this team. I think they do feel happy with Cooper Rush, but I would not be surprised if we grabbed one of those 4 quarterbacks just to, I wouldn't be surprised. I would say I would be a little surprised.
I would be surprised just because, again,
that's not the Cowboy style.
Yeah. And I think some things have changed. We have seen some change in the Cowboys, but a new dog does not learn new tricks.
An old dog.
An old dog doesn't learn new tricks.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah, I hear you.
What I mean?
I hear you.
So, even though we're seeing some change, I just don't see them changing that much that soon.
I hear you. I agree with you on that. I would be minor surprised. It wouldn't be a major surprise for me because I do think that in the back of everyone's heads, it's like, man, I don't know. Do we feel?
Dak is healthy.
I know. Wait, I got you. I hear you. Baby.
I know. I'm just saying, like, again,
every spot's a premium on this team too.
I know.
I agree.
If we're talking a different sort of quarterback, I'd say possibly, but. Dak has shown that he is sturdy and he, can last through a few hits. So why would the Cowboys plan on Dak not being there when he's kind of shown he can be there through the worst of it?
I hear you. We're not going to use a draft pick for that. It's like taking a second kicker, do kickoffs.
Exactly. So there's a lot of different ways that we could use that and invest it and do something else with it.
Do you think that someone like any of these 4 quarterbacks I named, do you think any of them, do you think that they could do better? Hoyer can do better than Cooper Rush?
I think there's a possibility, but
the difference
part of
isn't big enough.
I think there's a possibility, but here's the other thing too: comfort with the playbook and all these other things. Cooper Rush has been around long enough that he knows our players, our scheme. He's played with these guys, so even if someone comes in and plays that much better, then why aren't they already?
Well, here's the thing, though.
Why doesn't someone else already have them if they're going to play that much?
Here's the thing. What about this though? Let's assume that nothing ever happens to Dak for 8 weeks of the season. The backup quarterback, I don't care how young or old he is, he's going to get familiar with the playbook. So he'll know what to do. Again, week 1 or 2 or 3, we'd have a problem. But week 8, 9, or 10 and beyond, if we needed somebody to come in, Cooper Rush, he'll be the guy. But I'm just saying, if you had a Brian Hoyer in there, you feel more confident with. I would feel more comfortable with someone like that. But I understand it's not just about that. And again, it's about an undrafted Cooper Rush who, is a Jerry Jones guy, picked them up, whatever, and, he's going to stay on this team. So that's the way I kind of see it going. So, listen, I just want to let you guys know some availability out there of these quarterbacks that are floating around. Now, I'm not jumping head over heels over any of these guys, but this crop is better than the last crop that was here before this day passed, right? So I just want to throw that out there. Now, Josh Doxson, you were going to pick him in your fantasy draft, and you said, you don't know if he's going to make the team. He didn't make the team. He got cut. Josh Doxson from the Redskins.
I had some doubts about his status on the Redskins, and I went in a different direction.
They tried to trade him, but they couldn't find a trade. He's gone, guys. The Redskins also released Samjay Perine, running back. So they, a couple names you've heard in the last couple of years and out there. Yeah, will they make the team? Will they have a future? Will they develop these guys? They never did. Now they're on the streets here. So they go moving to another NFC East team. The Eagles, they waived running back Josh Adams. So again, he ran for 511 yards last year, 3 touchdowns. But now there's a lot more running backs. Also, Wendell, it was a Smallwood, right? He was also released as well. So they got rid of some known guys there. The Texans. Now I heard here they cut Martavius Rankin, former 3rd-round pick. Again, this sucks for Deshaun Watson, right? Because he's having trouble back there. But I am hearing something else. There was a trade involved with him. I'll go over that in a minute. So, by the way, for Hard Knocks, for the Oakland Raiders, you guys know number 89, right?
Yes.
Keelan Doss.
They're kind of following him around for a little bit, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a spoiler, guys. He was cut today. He will be. The Raiders said they want to bring him back to the practice squad. He ain't making it. He ain't making it there. Someone's picking his ass up. I mean, the Cowboys might even think about maybe picking someone like that up. Maybe that's why they only have 5 receivers. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This guy's a big guy. He catches a lot of passes. He's very, very physical, fast. Someone's going to pick him up is the point. Yes. So, as I said, guys, 3rd round pick, Ja'Kai Polite. Is that how you say his name? Ja'Kai?
Ja'Kai, yeah, that's how I say it.
I'm just kidding. He was a guy who was, like I said, a 1st round pick, dropped to the 3rd round, now out of the league. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, a signing that did happen, guys, an extension, I guess, and it relates to one of our guys, Jalen Smith. Miles Jack, the Jaguars linebacker there, who was drafted, I think, around the same time frame there as Jalen Smith did. I think a couple picks after him from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was picked up, had an injury for his knee, just like Jalen Smith did. Signed a 4-year, $57 million contract extension. All right, that includes $33 million guaranteed and ties him to Jacksonville now for the next 5 years. Just like Jalen Smith is tied for the Cowboys for 7 years, and he got a little less, a hair. I think he got a hair less, but basically it makes Jack the 3rd highest paid linebacker, inside linebacker, behind Bobby Wagner and C.J. Mosley. So just so you guys know, this is the Jalen Smith effect. Jalen Smith popped him up some rankings there because of his signings. And so he got that boost from Jalen Smith big time. So Jalen Smith, he didn't want to help the Cowboys. He's helping Miles Jack getting his contract a little bigger there. Again, it's a 4-year extension, $57 million, $33 in guarantees. The highest paid linebacker, the 3rd highest, right, in guarantee. I think he's the 3rd highest in guarantees. But the highest paid linebacker without reaching the Pro Bowl. I mean, Jalen Smith, was an alternate, so I think that still counts as one. Now, hey, what happened to Jalen Smith's brother, Rod Smith? Remember, he left the Cowboys. We let him go. He went. You remember where he went, baby? Rod Smith?
Rod Smith to the Giants.
Yes. So Rod Smith went to the Giants.
Sorry for a second, I thought you said Keith Smith. And I'm like, he went to the Raiders.
You could talk about him. Keith Smith, what happened to him? He was cut today by the Raiders, guys, fullback. So, hey, maybe we'll bring him back.
They might. Might. I mean, I don't think we will as much as I like him. I just hope that for his sake, he
gets somewhere. He should. But anyways, guys, Rod Smith with the Giants, he suffered an adductor injury in the 3rd preseason game. Didn't play last game. The injury wasn't believed to be serious at first, but for some reason now it's serious. So you're hearing some Cowboy. I mean, all the teams do this kind of massaging these guys onto their certain list they want to go to. Well, guess what? His season is over. Rod Smith is on the IR. Out for the year. He will not play against Jalen Smith, unfortunately. Exactly. So, it opens the door for Paul Perkins or another possible waiver claim for the Giants. But, yeah, Rod Smith, they wanted to secure him because there's still some talent there. They moved him to the IR. Next year, he gets to compete for the Giants there on their team. Now, listen, the Dolphins made a big trade. They traded left tackle Laramie Tunsil. Remember the bong gas mask picture in the draft? He dropped a bunch of picks. The Dolphins drafted him later in the draft. Him and Kenny Stills, the guy who criticized the Jay-Z situation, it was a little back and forth with him and Flores, the coach. They were traded to the Houston Texans for draft picks. So listen to this, guys. The deal, which is, I think it was finally finalized, sent 2 first-round picks, 2nd-round pick to Miami for Laramie Tunsil, receiver Kenny Stills. And some other players were also traded. Here's the terms of the deal completed here. Houston received Larry Tunsil, left tackle, helping out Watson, right? Wide receiver Kenny Stills, 2020 4th-round pick, a 2021 6th-round pick. Miami receives a 2020 1st-round pick from the Houston Texans. That's chancy. If they do bad this year, Eastside Harold, you're losing your 1st-round pick as well. So that's a big one there.
Interesting.
A 1st-round pick in 2021. So now you're talking about 2020 and 2021. You better have those Super Bowl aspirations there, Eastside, the Houston Texans. So you have a 2021 2nd-round pick. In 2021, the Texans are losing a 1st and a 2nd. They're losing next year's 1st. That's crazy, right? They're also giving up tackle Julian Davenport and cornerback Jonathan Badmosi. So that's the details of that trade. Also, the Chiefs sending cornerback Mark Fields to Minnesota. We don't know the actual numbers on his deal. The Patriots cut Demaryius Thomas. He's out there now, wide receiver, old guy now, right? Kind of came out when got the big deal when Dez got his deal. Where they're both at now. They're both not playing in the NFL currently. Mm-hmm. Browns cut Sheehy Giuseppe. Remember him? Yeah, not me either. So Jared McKinnon for the Niners. He's on the IR, out for the year. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Melvin Gordon, the big news on him, he's allowed to seek a trade now. So he's allowed to seek a trade, going out there and kind of seeing what's up and see if he gets some cash money, I guess, is what he's going to try for. So those are the biggest deals. Brian Hoyer getting cut from New England. Kevin Hogan in Denver getting cut. No backup now for the Broncos there, basically. They got to find themselves a backup. Laquan Treadwell, Minnesota, cut. As I said, Demaryius Thomas cut in New England. Josh Doxson cut in Washington. Let me see some others. Oh, yeah, I told you about Larry Tunsil and that whole deal. Oh, yeah, that's the deal. Also, Houston sent. So this is where I got confused because one says Martinez Rankin was cut from Houston. Yeah. Now I'm hearing he's got traded to the Chiefs.
So which is
to get Carlos Hyde.
All right.
So yeah, Carlos Hyde now running fantasy. I better not say nothing shit. So yeah, Carlos Hyde is now with the with the Houston Texans. And who did they just get hurt with? Yeah, Lamar Miller. So 1 + 1 = 2.
Let's see.
Let's see what happens there. That's an interesting move there. A little low-key move. A lot of people didn't hear about that one. The Bills, you know about LaShawn McCoy letting him go. But they also cut, a surprise cut, cornerback Captain Munnerlyn. He's supposed to, he signed with Buffalo 3 weeks ago after E.J. Gaines was injured. And he played with the head coach, Sean McDermott in Carolina. So that's crazy, right? Anyways, 1,200 players were cut. Nearly 1,200 players were cut today. Some, of course, they're not gonna. Some of these guys are gonna come back on practice squads, on other team pickups, right? But most of these guys never gonna play football again, guys. Opening up for next year, the next draft, and to do the whole thing again from the draft to this point where we're at this moment here. In the next day or two, it's gonna kind of clean up all the rosters, and off we go to the wild blue yonder here with the stars. The quest for 6 is where it's all about. So Joe Flacco, like I said, he was rookie. Brett Rippon was cut. They're one of their backups, and of course Hogan was cut as well, as I said. Drew Lock from the Denver Broncos, again, the rookie, the one they like. Here it is, his finger, his thumb, IR for the whole year, guys. He's done. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's on the short-term IR, so they're hoping he kind of does a backup, but they have no backup right now in Denver.
Exactly.
And they're exploring all options. They also picked up Theo Riddick. I think, let's see, adding Theo Riddick. Oh, Theo Riddick went on IR for the Denver Broncos. If you have him on your fantasy team, you might as well release him. And tight end Jake Butt with his knee. Not his butt. He went to the IR. Oh, by the way, last guy, the Scottish Hammer, right? Jamie Gillian, undrafted rookie, punter. He made it to the Browns team, knocked off veteran punter Britton Colquitt. He lost his job. He's a free agent out there as well. So that is the full, complete list of everything Cowboys, everything NFL. We got 150 people here breaking records on a news stream. Hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at mycowboysfamily and jump in Discord. Let's continue this chat when we log out of here in a couple minutes. So again, guys, thank you guys for doing it. I mean, let's hit a couple quick comments and do the shout outs and then rock it out here, guys. I know we're going to go live soon again in the next 24 to 48 hours because why? This guy's going to sign. It's just a matter of time, not when, but if. And I really hope the next tomorrow or Monday
live, I really hope the next time we go live is you guys seeing in your notification breaking news Ezekiel Elliott signed.
I'll pop this shirt on again.
I want it to be real.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
No, I think the Colts still have a chance to squeak by something. I mean, again, let's be real. Their division isn't very competitive. So even a slightly subpar
they have a good
average
defense
team,
too.
Exactly, a subpar average team could still find some success there. So.
Much love to all the new subs in the house too. Thank you guys making this special from the first to the newest, man. Much love to all you guys in here. And of course, special extra love for the love drops in here, guys. Dan Holland, Voodoo Alpha 333 times. He did it. Yes. Skeptical Fan, yes, John Jones, Flat Matrix, Kirk Thompson. Thank you all, guys. Thank you so much. And you can see here, we got Jeremy Bramlett, who's rocking it up here first place, rocking it down here, still winning there. Anthony Lavelle is like 6 or 7 behind first place. That's a close race. Tomorrow it all ends. Cowboys Abroad in the mix as well. He's up here. He's over here. That's Paydac. That's Cowboys Abroad. Sub it up to him, too. Don't forget. And he's got 75 points on that board. So, hey, the big 7-6 takes it away. So there you go, guys. Thank you guys as well for that. I'm sorry. Keep hitting. I just want to throw that stuff in there so we can
of course.
Kind of inching it towards the finish line, so to speak, right?
Let's see.
We got Britney Spears, a Proto Man here in the house. Kenny T757, Star 111, Britney, Cowboy fan.
Let me see.
Vaquero Cowboy.
Said...
Joe Garcia.
Let me see. Thomas got reinstated 8 days after he filed his paperwork. Let's see if they do that right now to Randy Gregory.
Great point. Yes, the Thomas. Oh, Josh Gordon, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I agree. I agree 100%. If he's already filed it, we don't know when exactly it happened. We just heard from a couple days ago. Stephen Jones said maybe he filed it. I mean, how do you not know this, Stephen Jones? But hey, maybe they don't want to let out some stuff out the bag and just kind of keep it as private for him as possible. Maybe he slipped out a little bit. I don't know. But either way, if he has done this, that's great news for Gregory, and I think that's a matter of time. What do you do with about that spot? When he comes back, who do you let go? You know,
honestly, like I said, I
tough.
can't even begin to touch on it because at that point, we'll have seen a little bit more from these guys. So that decision, I think, will feel a lot easier.
Might be an injury.
As of now, exactly. As of now, it feels hard because even with training camp and everything else, like it just, we got to see more tape from these guys,
Right.
more something.
But I love it,
not
guys.
Not just more tape, but just like real in action.
Think about
what does
it.
you look like?
We're talking about 53 guys, and we're talking about like 46 of these guys are fucking fantastic to have as your starters, as your skill positions, as your depth. We have some great players. If we had a better damn kicker and a little bit better of a backup, a more of a reliable backup, that is the best team in the NFL. I think it already is the best team in the NFL. We'd have the most complete team in the NFL if we had those two things, I believe. And, I'm sure a couple other little things here and a healthier team. In the end, every team's going to go through injuries. That's going to be the determiner of this whole season for every team, right? And how you overcome them. And how do you overcome injuries? You got to have coaching. Well, we're not that great there when it comes to our head coach.
Exactly.
But how do you overcome injuries? If you don't have the coaching, you got to have that talent in your depth. And that's what we have this year, the first time since fucking 1990s. Let's be real about it. So, I don't know. I'm ready for a Super Bowl run, and it's real, guys.
Exactly.
It's real. We got number 21 coming back on board here in the next couple of days, and he should be in practice, ready to go with the pads on Tuesday. And on Monday, hopefully, if the reports are coming out from Zeke's side is right, and we told Mike Leslie said this, by Monday, he should be at the facility, which means it doesn't mean the deal's going to be done Monday. It means the deal's going to be done tomorrow, tonight. And if, like you said, if they do it tonight, we won't hear it. We'll hear it tomorrow when you all hear it, and it's all getting reported. It all leaks out. If it comes out, guys, it might be 4 in the morning. If I'm awake, I'm going live, and I don't want to wake you up. But yeah, if it's Zeke getting signed, I will break that news here because I got to rep it to my MCF family here, and I got to make sure that you guys are in the know with me. If I'm talking about it with fiance,
yes.
You guys are going to hear about it. So
exactly. So now with that said, guys, thank you to everyone who's hung out with us today. Make sure to hit the like button if you're here and you like what you're watching, and subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell so you don't miss when we're live. We're here daily news info updates on our Dallas Cowboys.
Going live. That's no joke. It's going to be a lot. And we got our game day lives, guys. A game day. I mean, we're going to be there in Dallas for the first game, but we got our game day live stream. So buckle it up, guys. The Quest for 6 starts now here on the East Coast. It's Sundays already. In the Central Time Zone, it's Sunday. In a week from now, it's game day, and we're going to be there for that game. Can't wait.
We're almost there. All right, so here I'm going to do some shout-outs here to everyone here tonight.
Much
so if you
love.
are here, make sure to say hi at least.
Dropping that knowledge up in the chat.
Manster54, Joe Garcia, Kenny T, Britney Spears, Vaquero Cowboy, Cowboy Fan, Dan Holland, No Dak Ninja, Forever DC. We have, who else? Star, Vaquero Cowboy. Oh, said that. Let's see.
I got Starstruck. You got Kenny already?
Yeah, I got Starstruck, yeah.
I got Barry B chilling with me. Forever DC.
Cleveland Brown, thank you for joining us.
Stephanie Smigo.
Doc, Joe Garcia, Thomas Garrett.
Anthony Lavelle in the house. Much love to you, man. You're only 6-7 back on first place. He's going to sneak in. And I think he's trying to steal that from Jeremy. Jeremy Bramlett.
Trade deal.
Doozer.
Joe Garcia.
Thomas Garrett. I know you mentioned him. I want to mention him again. Mr. Garrett.
Let me see who else. Oh, that's as far back as I can go.
Michael Buchanan. Much love. Trade deal. I think I heard you scream him out. Yeah, trade deal.
I thought so.
Yeah, Stone Cold rocking in here with us.
Go, Stone Cold.
Alexander 302 here as well. Haley 94 wearing it out here, guys, with us. Eastside Harold.
Thank you for
Corey
joining
Davis,
us.
Much love. Eastside Harold sneaking in here from Houston, representing, loving the Cowboys. You know how he does. Let's see who else we got here. James Sorrells, thank you for the nice words. Keith Parrish here with us as well. And I think you said earlier, I got Joe Garcia, Caballero 1152.
We see Barry B.
Yes,
Cowboy
Cowboy Crunk in the house.
We
Much
have
love
Yvonne
to him.
Provenza.
John Uvegas. Que pasa, man? I think you might have said him already, though.
Guys, again, to everyone here with
Two
us,
faces of evil.
huge shout out to everyone who hung out with us, talk Cowboys, chatted it up tonight with
Yes.
us. Make sure to hit the like on your way out.
Yes.
We'll see you guys very, very soon.
I Run the Wreck is in here in the house as well with us. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure I get everybody in here. Again, Mod Squad, Haley 94 Wear, Forever DC, Cleveland Brown. Thank you guys for doing it up here. Much love to you guys. And yes, what was it you were saying, baby? Oh, yeah, the number one thing.
Yes.
What is it again?
Well, it's about that navy blue.
Yeah, it is. But that's
It's
silver
about
too.
that silver, too.
But
mainly. So that star.
see it right there, guys.
Over
that star.
everything.
Over every single thing. Never forget number one thing here. Win, lose, or draw. Good, bad, or ugly. We want number 6 this year, and then next year we want 7, and next year if that went 8 and beyond. Never forget, number one thing right here, my Cowboys family now and forever. Never damn forget it, guys. And Zeke, you better not forget it either. Go Cowboys! Woo! Let's go, baby. I'm ready. I know you guys are too, so is 21. Let's do it, guys. I'm ready for a Super Bowl run. Now, number 6 is coming soon, guys. Ooh, man, I am ready for this. Again, guys, thank you in the chat for the love, the likes, the drops from above. Thank you, guys. You guys are fantastic. And, let me just see something here. Good. No, I'm sorry. Any last? Oh, Cowboys Abroad was in the house too. Can't forget about my man abroad. Yes, much love to him. And I don't know. Anybody else trickle through there at the end before we see our finals?
Let me see. Not any new faces or new names.
All right, all good.
Barry B, thank you for joining us.
We had a lot of new subs in here. I see you guys. Thank you guys for the new family members. Thank you guys for the drops of knowledge in the chat the whole night. I was watching throughout. We had a lot of news to go through. Drops of knowledge in the chat. Thank you guys for keeping it real. 120, 30, 50 plus in here, guys. On a Cowboys chat, just a news stream night. That's our record high all across the board. So thank you guys. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you for all that. Of course, the drops of love, the appreciation. Thank you all for that as well.
Yes.
But before we drop out of here, as Fiance always says, always reminds me, hey, before we drop out of here, baby, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
Boom, 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 boom.
We will be back, guys, tomorrow.
Tomorrow for another one. Another one, right? And we had a special thing planned, but I'm thinking we got a bigger thing planned tomorrow.
Hopefully, exactly. Hopefully our regular planned stream for tomorrow ends up being completely scrapped in favor of Zeke signing, right?
Yes. If not,
that's the goal.
You're still going to get a very awesome stream no matter what here on My Cowboys Family. And we got a lot to talk about, so practice squad coming. You know what's going to happen. A lot of things, guys. But, hey, one thing for Philadelphia fans. Philadelphia Eagle fans to remember. 5 is always greater than your 1. Remember that, Philadelphia. We're on a quest for 6. You're just on a quest for 2. Get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you guys for doing it again. Much love to each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for another one.